SmackDown WWE too soon. Well, WWE pulled the trigger. Likely we seeing Randy Orton turning heel. They should have waited till WrestleMania to eventually pull the trigger. Talk about coming up, Randy Orton had a contract signed that ended real badly. We'll get to it in a minute. And why Randy Orton, Cody Rhodes, why WWE even decided to pull the trigger, even coming close to this WrestleMania. We'll see coming up here on the Pro Wrestling Show. Also, too, Jelly Roll returns. Jelly Roll, um, being a guest on the STV, what's going to be going on with Jelly Roll STV, and what's going on with WrestleMania? We'll talk about it coming up here on the Pro Wrestling Show. Also, too, the WWE Women's Tag Team titles online. The Irresistible Forces defend the titles against the title holders Alexa Bliss and Charlotte Boy coming up as well. Well, as this right here, the WWE Women's Champion Jade Cargill set to go against Michigan. We'll see that match as well. Even this match too, the WWE Tag Team Champions, the MFTs, said the Longhorns going to up the hound and Aaron Warren. But we'll get to a minute, but let's get Pro Wrestling Show started right here, right now. Hello, everyone. Welcome to this edition of the Pro Wrestling Show. I'm your host, as always, Kid Dix here. You can join us here on the Pro Wrestling Show. Join in the conversation using the hashtag Pro Wrestling here on Connect. And don't forget to subscribe. Subscribe is caring. Tell a friend. Call a friend. Hit that subscribe button so you won't miss a thing here on the SmackDown Ring Report. What a wild SmackDown to end. But we'll get to Randy Orton and Cody Rhodes a little bit later with this contract signing. But speaking of something that was wild, I want to talk about this right here. I want to show you right quick. Whole Drew McIntyre looks like he's fed up. Drew McIntyre looks like he's tired of being appreciated and tired to being on SmackDown. Drew McIntyre feels like he was screwed out last week after losing the WWE title to Cody Rhodes. McIntyre wanted to take his frustrations out on Solo Sokoa. That's also Jacob Fatu. His title. In fact, McIntyre said the two unforgettable words that no man does not want to hear in their whole life. He said, "I quit." Drew quit. Drew walked out from WWE. We thought we were going to see the last of Drew, and Drew was going to go on to do his thing. But unfortunately, Drew McIntyre said he quit. And he quit or did, and Drew McIntyre did. But the general manager told Trick Williams that Jacob Fatu looking for an opponent. He told Trick Williams to get ready and put on his boots because he's going to be going against Jacob Fatu a little bit later on in the show. So we get moving parts on this SmackDown. I can tell you that right now. Well, Jacob Fatu was in action tonight until Drew cost Jacob Fatu his victory over Jacob Fatu, his loss over Trick Williams. Trick Williams defeated Jacob Fatu. That's kind of shot right there until Drew McIntyre came out there and cost him the match. Drew McIntyre saying he's getting his measure of revenge after Jacob cost him the WWE title. And so they're going to probably feud at WrestleMania. You know how they go, how they're going to be unalive and stuff like that going forward at WrestleMania. Drew McIntyre playing with the crowd, playing everybody's faces that he's go against Jacob Fatu probably at Mania. See that. Well, speaking of that, Jelly Roll. Jelly Roll was a guest on Miz TV. Want to show you that graphic right quick. Jelly Roll was a guest on the Miz TV. Jelly Roll feels like at home, but Jelly Roll being talked down to. Yeah. Well, Jello was a guest on Miz TV. Miz saying disparaging remarks about Jello, talking about Jello. He helped Jello 2 years ago at WrestleMania take down. Forgot who Jello took down. Austin Theory and somebody Jello saying he didn't know Miz was harboring resentment. Yeah. I think Miz gonna probably get his WrestleMania moment, but Jello did not back down, and we can blame Jello. Jello took it to upon himself to attack the Miz and taking Miz down. And Kit Wilson came out there. Jello saying he was a big fan of Kit Wilson. Kit Wilson saying he wasn't a fan of Jello, him being toxic. But Miz got knocked out for his troubles by Jello. Jello ain't playing. Jello might be going to Vegas at Mania, perhaps going as Miz or Kit Wilson or somebody. But Jello um, defending himself, and who can blame Jelly for defending himself? But Jello next week will be a part of another segment. Jello, Kit Wilson plans to call out Jello. I don't know what they got in store for Jello, but Jello is going to be part of WrestleMania coming up forward. But Jello ain't going to back down one bit. Jello met everybody. He was with Randy Orton and everybody else, but we'll see what Jelly's going to be doing. But Jello, he ain't backing down one bit. Speaking of that, the WWE Women's Tag Team titles were on the line as the Irresistible Forces defend the gold against Charlotte Flair and Alexa Bliss, their first championship defense. Well, they had got some unintended company that you didn't see coming, and it was none other than the Bella Twins. The Bella Twins coming out there making themselves known and stuff like that. What was going on? But the Irresistible Forces laying waste to the Bella Twins, and Charlotte, and everybody else. I'm saying they're the dominant tag team women's champions ever. I can see a women's TLC match between these women. It might come down to that. Well, we'll see how this is going to play out eventually going forward. Well, we go to this right here. The number one contenders for the tag team titles. It's like R-Truth and Damian Priest were in action. Truth and Damian Priest really did well. I think they really gelled well together, and they kind of gelled their styles. So that's good to know that Damian Priest and R-Truth will get a shot. I think they went against Los Garza, and they won their match against Los Garza as well. So it was a lot going forward tonight. As well as this, Danhausen did that unforgivable course. Danhausen cursing the Miz once again. Uh, Miz, he's been cursed. So I guess Miz gonna be cursed. What he's got going on with Jello. I think that's what was going on when Jello had laid him out earlier tonight. Let's see. Let's see, like Cody Rhodes, the WWE champion, had a backstage discussion run in with Sami Zayn. Sami Zayn telling Cody Rhodes, so Cody not listening and stuff like that. But hey, we see what's gonna go down, what's happening. Well, the MFTs were in action tonight. The MFTs, the tag team champions, Solo Sikoa and Tyler Tunga, in action against Errol Rowland and Uncle Howley. Uncle Howley was in the match, but I guess they're still battling for the lantern, which is crazy. Even to the point that Nikki Cross is screaming. She's screaming beside herself. She wants that lantern. So that lantern is a focal point in that whatsoever. Well, Michigan was supposed to take down Jay Carhill. That didn't happen tonight. Jay Carhill still won her match. Jay saying that she's gonna make sure at WrestleMania she's gonna do what she need to do to win at Mania. So Jay Carhill sending that message as well. Even Rhea Rip Jay Carhill tried to send a message to Rhea Ripley, came out there and Jay backed down, walked away into Rhea Ripley won a piece of Jay. So we're gonna see that match at on SmackDown, Rhea Ripley and Jay for the women's championship coming forward. So move forward. Eventually, we'll see that as well. So look forward to seeing that match. That's gonna be one of the WrestleMania matches I want to see. Rhea versus Jade. Also, too, right here, Tiffany Stratton continuing her momentum. I think Tiffany Stratton might be going for the U.S. Championship. Tiffany Stratton might get her WrestleMania moment against Julia coming up. Well, we get to this right here that everybody's been waiting for is the contract signing. The contract signing between Cody Rhodes, the WWE champion, and Randy Orton, his teacher, Cody's mentor, signed the contract signing for the match at WrestleMania. But I think things turn upside down. As Randy Orton and Cody Rhodes did shake hands. To Cody Rhodes got attacked by Randy Orton, attacking him already. I think this is too early, too soon. They should have had a babyface moment, and then after Mania, after if Randy Orton was going to win the belt, then Randy Orton turned heel just to do all that. They waited and pulled the trigger. I think they're gonna want Cody to retain the championship over Randy, but I just feel like all the other folks, that's wasting time, effort. You could have done it, babyface. Then at Mania, after the match, that Randy Orton should show his true colors. That we saw the subnet hits that Randy kept looking at the belt, and Randy Orton wanted to pull the trigger, but then I just feel like it's too little, too late. But at the same token, this should have been waiting towards Mania, not trying to jump the gun and pull the trigger. The trigger's end of the ammo going towards 5 weeks. They could have just talked about their history and stuff like that and why it's so important. And they will Randy could have said, "Hey man, I just want to wrestle for the title and I just want to win it." Like I don't get why everybody want to turn their back on Cody Rhodes and make a statement over him before the official match before Mania. I don't get why they want to. They're trying to sell Mania, but they can sell it with Randy Orton and Cody Rhodes, babyface versus babyface, and then pull the trigger after the match and make you think Randy Orton was doing it just to say he needed that 15th win to keep up against Cena. So, we'll see what they're gonna do and with this backfire against WWE because it's gonna backfire against them. So we'll see how that's gonna roll. All right, that's gonna end the SmackDown Ring Report. Let's move quickly to the pro wrestling hot topics. On wrestling hot topics, maybe getting an indication that Naomi and Jimmy may have had a kid. Um, Photos are circulating on Naomi with her kid. She could have just announced her birth. I don't know why she just. I get it for privacy, but she just announced it. But yeah, cute baby. So hey, congratulations to the happy couple and their new welcome addition as well. So congratulations. Also, too, right here, Stephanie Vicure and Liam Morgan are going back to back social media jabs at each other for attention. So we see that Liv and Stephanie will meet for the women's championship at Mania. I believe this is going to be the WrestleMania Sunday match between them. So we'll see how it's going to go coming forward, but it's going to be a huge match at WrestleMania between these two women. All right, that's going to do it for the SmackDown Ring Report. We're going to leave you with Randy Orton viciously attacking Cody Rhodes, the WWE champion, after proclaiming and making official for the match at WrestleMania for the title. Thank you all for watching this edition of the Pro Wrestling Show. I've been your host, Kendrick Dixon. So long. We'll see you tomorrow for the AEW Revolution. Predict the outcome this Sunday. We'll see you Sunday for here, Pro Wrestling Show.